lie was ingrained that Democrats lied, were dumb, and nothing that came out of their mouths was anything credible.
So something that I've seen in my comment section quite a bit is I will make a video explaining pretty much everything that she's explaining. And the comments, rather than asking probative questions to gain a better understanding of the reality and the thought process, they make some judgmental, like, kind of I don't care statement. And this to me is part of the problem, because what she was saying in the video, and I recommend you go through and actually watch her content, is that these people are in a different world. They're in a different reality. If you are convinced that everything a Democrat says is a lie, then anything they're saying about the current president is also a lie. And you're already done before you even start, because I can talk about the bankruptcies, I could talk about the assaults, I could talk about anything, and it's just seen as more lies from demon rat Democrat, And then the other problem is the court cases. If you have somebody that is telling you that the court systems are rigged, and you believe in the deep state, like you genuinely believe in the deep state, then it stands to reason that the candidate that the other people don't want in office is trying to upend a corrupt system, and the court decisions are a result of that corrupt system, like attacking your candidate. It actually validates what you think, right? It actually validates it. Oh, they're attacking him? That validates that we're on the right track, And I've been trying to explain this to people, because when you're talking to one of these people, they are the research and stuff isn't done, and you're starting from a different reality, a completely different reality. In their world, every Democrat is a bad Democrat, and the world would be better off without any Democrats. They're all unattractive liars, and everything they say is a brainwashed attempt at getting you to try and buy into corruption, because the deep state is real and they're trying to take over the world, right? That's the reality they're starting from. So the second that you start in with, well, he did this, what about that? In their mind, you're believing the corporate media lies. See, so it doesn't even, that's why when you're like, well, how could they not see all of this stuff? It's because a combination of that and what is seen on Fox News clips, and any station or influencer that is parroting those talking points. The logic of seeing the current president say something on social media, and then a couple hours later, Fox News says the same thing, and then within 10 minutes, all the influencers and all of the little baby stations that are related to the Republican Party, or the MAGA Party, I should say, are parroting all of that stuff. And you can watch in real time. He says something about Greenland, and all of a sudden, well, maybe it's not such a bad idea to buy Greenland. Anything that comes out, there's a tweet and a news story to combat it and say, well, what about all the times the Democrats did X, Y, Z? Ignoring the fact that right now the Democrats aren't the ones in power. We're talking about the current president, the administration, and the current iteration of the Republican Party that's in control of Congress. When you're talking to somebody and you're coming from a completely different reality, it's much more difficult to have that conversation. So what does that mean for the future of communication between the parties? I think the future of communication has nothing to do with trying to get them to come out of a reality that they're in. Eventually, there's going to have to be something that kind of snaps them out of that reality, whatever that may be. That just recently happened with Candace Owens. She admitted that she made a mistake in her voting, or she made a correct vote, but this isn't the person she voted for. She said that directly on Piers Morgan not even that long ago. but we have to stop with the trying to convince somebody of a reality that does not exist in their mind. Instead, think about what the Democratic Party is, the things that they want, the people they want to help, the working class. Think about the legislation that we want to pass. Think about what we want to do instead of what we want to stop. What do we want? What positives can we give, the single mom that is struggling and is having to decide between rent and groceries? What can we give to the business owner that is struggling with paperwork or having issues getting their business up and going, or doesn't even know where to start? What about the servers, the cooks, the blue collar workers, the welders? What about, things that will help improve safety? Like, what is it that we want to do for regular people that will improve their quality of life, that will make it to where childcare isn't something where somebody else has to have a full-time job just to pay for the childcare? And if we start talking about that instead, then we're showing this is what we're really about. This is what we have to offer. It's not just deep state, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. What are we going to do?